I want you to read the shirt. Can you read it? Oh, I didn't tag the shirt. The shirt is from Liquid Drops. I'm gonna go back in and tag it, but you see what it say? It say the prettiest girls in the world are from Detroit. Yes, baby. So yeah, make sure you go to Liquid Drops so you can get you your own shirt, right? Ooh, I know y'all was coming on looking for some parenting advice and talking about our daughters, and you feeling the whole story. I don't know. But I gotta take a break. Yeah. Because you gotta think about it. For me, it's reliving something. Yeah, so when I dip back into the stories and I'm bringing them to life for you, I'm actually reliving all the hurt and pain all over again, right? So I have to stabilize myself mentally and emotionally before I even move forward, because we know what happens. Yeah, it's all fun and games now. It's 2015. We living it up. Everybody doing well, right? But that came crashing down because 2025, I don't even have a relationship with my children like I should, right? Nobody is exceeding expectations anymore, right? I'm even mediocre because I'm barely holding on to everything that I have because I'm doing it alone, right? So going into plan A, it was 5 people. So I've been doing the work of 5 people, right? So I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. I'm 52, right? This was not what I saw for myself at 52, right? I'm seeing the remnants of something that was great, right? I'm seeing bits and pieces of something where I should be having a whole piece of, right? Instead, I'm getting the crumbs and I'm getting the part that people don't ate off of, and it's being served to me as if this is all we have and this is what you're supposed to get, right? So not only am I getting scraps as if I deserve it, as if I didn't work for that whole pizza, but I'm forced to only eat that. I don't have a variety. I don't have a smorgasbord of things, and I can't pick and choose. I'm being handed scraps, and I gotta eat it because that's all I have to eat, right? Either eat that or starve, right? So every now and then I have to take a break because that's not how my life should be, and that's not why I worked as hard as I worked. That's not why I invested everything that I invested into my children. That's not why I did all of that. I didn't do all that just to be alone, doing it by myself and falling off, right? It wasn't for, I worked too hard, right? So now I done invested everything. I have nothing left to give, right? So I'm just existing at this point, right? So to go from being up here and having everybody up here with me to like now just settling for, it's real hurtful, right? So every day I got to kind of remind myself of why we're here, what happened. This is, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that it was people working against me, it's hard to fight a fight that you don't know that you win, right? So for me to be battling with somebody all that time over a child that I was sharing, never would have crossed my mind that I was in a fight. To know that I was respecting people that was talking about me behind my back to my child to alter her opinion of me and make her feel a way to where she just chooses not to deal with me and it's acceptable, right? I didn't grow up in a world like that, right? I can't tell you me ever running across somebody who didn't have a relationship with their mother that I didn't take time out to give words of encouragement, right? That I didn't take the time to remind them that they only get one mom, to remind them. So to know that I raised my children up the way that I did, and there's no conscience or anybody on their shoulder instructing them to do right, instructing them to reconnect, instructing them to strengthen, and instructing them to love and respect me, that's a double blow, right? Because there's people in my life that I love, cherished, and respected and trusted around my children to where many people should be in their ear. Many people should be there to support. I have a village, right? So yeah, it's hard sometimes to go back down that path, because to know that my own children are not where they should be, right? We all are not where we could have been, right? And to know so many disturbances got in the way, so many distractions got in the way, just within the last 6 years is hard, right? Because I can see if some of the issues that we were dealing with were issues that have been plaguing our family for a long time, right? Ever since the baby was here, we was dealing with these issues. Before my oldest daughter got here, we was dealing with these issues. All this time, we've been dealing with these issues, and it's the reason why Dad removed her, right? No, but it was the complete opposite. We had nothing going on. Everything that we're facing and dealing with right now, everything that has plagued us has only been happening within the last 6 years, right? So it does. So I can't contribute to decision making. I can't contribute it to me failing. I can't contribute it to me not doing the right thing. I can't contribute it to none of that, because I'm doing everything that I know to be right, that I've seen other people do, and yet and still I don't have what they have, right? Like, I raised my children how I was raised. So that means the relationships that I see with my cousins and my aunties, the relationships that I see with the people that I grew up with. So for that not to fit my situation is crazy to me, because it should, right? I know that if I didn't use any drugs, I knew that if I wasn't an alcoholic, I knew if I didn't have any habits, I knew that if I bettered myself, like, all these are things, if I didn't abuse my children, if I didn't neglect them, like, these are things that parents do that helps you keep that relationship with your children, right? So to know that, not going to prison, like, to not do these things and still that not be enough, yeah, it's hurtful, right? So as I go through it, I gotta retract, I gotta stop, I gotta take a breath, I gotta take a breather. So today, instead of talking about the manipulation tips and co-parenting and all that, I want to talk to you about your goals. Yeah, because remember when we started Coffee and Conversation, we had set goals for ourselves, right? And we supposed to be scratching them off. So I hope that you've been able to scratch something off your list, right? Because you'll be surprised how that feeds into your stress. You'll be surprised how that feeds into those disorders that you already struggling with, right? Just the fact of you not completing something that you want to do, something that you got in your mind set that you're going to do one day, but you keep coming up with excuses, barriers keep coming up, you allowing yourself to waste time. Like, it's so many different things and reasons for why you are not doing it. I just want to check in with you to see where you at, all right? Well, Shakenya, you just talked about goals a couple days ago. No, I didn't. I talked about my goals a couple days ago. I talked to you about what I was doing. I didn't ask you about yours. So yes, today I'm asking. Yeah. Let's see. A few of y'all had weight loss on your list. Yeah. Yep. Couple of y'all had weight loss. You ain't fitting into your clothes. Every 6 months, it seemed like you buying a bigger size, right? You went to the doctor the other day, told you right on the borderline. You right on the cuff of diabetes. You on the cuff of this. You on the cuff. Yeah, your blood pressure going up. Yep. You got to lose some of that weight, baby. It's starting to wear and tear on your organs, right? You're not able to participate in certain things because you can't even walk past a certain length before you start losing your breath and pass. Yeah, it's a problem, right? Not only for you, but for others. They're not going to tell you that, right? Because they don't want to hurt your feelings. But yeah, they tired of only being able to walk a couple steps and then got to stop and wait for you. Well, they ain't gonna tell you that though, right? They're not gonna tell you how they really feel watching you abuse yourself. They watching the weight go on. They watching you get bigger and bigger. They watching you, right? And it's hurting them that they can't tell you that, right? But it ain't even about them. It's about you. It's starting to affect your health. Yeah. It's overworking your organs, baby. You got to get some of that weight up off of you. Yeah. Got to get some of that weight before you have other problems, right? So you had it on your list So since you had it on your list, have you limited your portion of what you eat? Like, are you pushing away from the table? Are you only putting half on your plate than what you would normally eat, right? Are you eating less meals? At first you was eating 5 times a day. Now you only eating 3. Have you switched those snacks out? Those chips that you had in your desk, have you switched them out for some healthier snacks? Not just granola, grains and oats. No, something that you actually like, but that it's healthy. It can be fruit that you like, right? It can be, it's a lot of healthy snacks out here that have a good flavor to them, right? But you swapping them out because they have less calories and 0 fat, right? So yeah, have you done that? And these are just baby steps that you can do just to start off, right? Because it's a journey, right? So you can't do it all in one day. It's going to take time. It took time to gain the weight, right? So are you walking on your lunch break? Have you started a workout routine? Have you? Have you gotten with a few people that's on the same mission, that's trying to lose weight, so y'all can help encourage each other? Okay. Have you got with a trainer? No. Have you signed up with a gym? Yep. Sometimes going to the gym will motivate you. I know it used to motivate me. Yep. I go every now and then, just seeing other people working out and stuff. Yeah. And I love to swim, right? So I pop in the gym every now and then, right? But you can work out anywhere. I like the nature. I like being out here in the grass. So you can work out pretty much anywhere, right? You been riding that bike that's in the garage? I pulled mine out, took it up to the shop to get it fixed, and I've been riding it ever since. It's a full body workout. Yep. So I'm going to ride around the track a couple times before I go in. But yep, if you do these things and drink water, yep, I guarantee you, next time I check in with you and ask you how much weight you've lost, you'll be able to tell me something. And you'll be able to back it up with a couple of things that I just mentioned that you did. Yep. Let's see. What else do you have on your list? Some of you were thinking about furthering your education. Yep. Some of you said you wanted to learn how to read. Yep, I had a gentleman on my show, Motor City Radio, a couple weeks ago. I want to say it's C.A. King Literacy Services. I think that was his name. But go look at my videos and you will see. He was on my show a couple weeks ago. But he teaches people how to read. Yep. So he was on my show, talked about the importance of it, talked about some of the services he offers, talked about some of the ways he get people to learn. So if that was on your list, you definitely can do that. Yep. Yep. So learning how to read. Some of you wanted to get your diploma or your GED. It's been years. You ain't gave it no thought. But you notice that it's a part of you that's something is missing. Yeah, something not connected. Something not fully moved to another place where you're supposed to be. And I don't know. Something going on with you though. Because you know it's something that you should have completed that you did. Right? And the diploma and GED, everybody should have one of those. Yeah, everybody should have one of those. That's like a sense of completion, whether you know it or not. You will be surprised the sense of confidence that you will have just getting your GED or your diploma. You will be surprised how you feel after just getting that. I guarantee you, after you get your GED or your diploma, you're going to want to go another step. Yeah. I'm telling you that. I guarantee once you get it and you start to see the doors that open as a result of you having it, you're going to want to go back to school. You're going to have the confidence that you need to go back to school and do whatever it is that you want to do in life. Yep. Everything that you've been saying you want to do, you've been dreaming about doing, but you knew that was stopping you from going and doing it, and you just pretty much just gave up on yourself and lacked the confidence to go. Now that you have that, man, now you trying to look up for trade schools, right? Because that's the first question they ask you. Do you have your diploma or your GED? So that's probably what stopped you. That was your barrier right there. Because no, I don't have that. So you can't even continue with the application for the trade school. You can't go into college. You can't do the junior college. You can't do nothing. Because that's probably the first question they ask. Do you have your diploma or your GED? But now that you got that, now that you got that, right? Ain't nothing stopping you. Yeah, ain't nothing stopping you from doing that now. So yeah, furthering your education. You said you wanted to do it. Now you got a process that you have to go through, right? Procedure, protocol, process, whatever. Right now, you got to get that GED or that diploma. Yep, and there's places out here that actually service you online, and they have a couple places here in Detroit where you can go. Yep, I just gave somebody some information about that. I'm going to try to post it on my page because it's actually on my desk at work. But I looked up a couple places for somebody because they wanted to get their diploma, their GED, and they were up in age, right? One of them was in their 30s, and the other person was in their close to my age. Yeah. But I definitely posted on my page if anybody's interested, or you can DM me. Yep. But yeah, furthering your education, you wanted to go back to school. Do that. A job you wanted, right? You got your GED, you got your diploma, you even got your bachelor's degree. But you need your master's for that job that you've been eyeing, right? That promotion that you want, right? That other job you've been looking at. Yeah, you need that master's, right? So you know what? You got to go back to school. Yeah. So you've been putting it off. Yeah. Had kids, married. You divorced now, you know. Yeah. So all those things that was stopping you from getting it then, yeah, you guessed it. Not a problem anymore. They're not there, right? So you can do it now because you still want to do it. Yeah, you ain't too old. You still want to do it. Go back to school. Yeah. So look up the school that you want to go to. Look at the information. Call somebody. Talk to a counselor. Enroll. Do your financial aid. Yeah. Do it. Yeah, you probably can't cross it off your list, but definitely you can put a little dot there because you now started the process. Yeah, I want that for you. Some of y'all put on there that you wanted to start a business. I know. Yeah. Got a little side hustle going, huh? Yeah, you slanging dinners on the side. You selling your jewelry. What you be doing? Do it on the weekend. Do it at the fairs, right? But you got a 9 to 5. Hate your job. You hate your job. But you go every day faithfully. Yeah. But what you really want to do is what you do on the side. That side hustle that you got going for yourself. Yeah. What's stopping you from turning it into a business? Actually coming up with a name for it, actually going to register it, the state that you're in, right? Getting you an EIN number, getting you a DUNS number, opening up a bank account, starting a website, right? Market it, push it, promote it. Hopefully your family and friends are supported, right? So what's stopping you from doing that? You scared? What's stopping you from walking out on faith? You scared. And you should be. You should. You got every right to be scared, especially if you work a 9 to 5 and you used to getting your little money at a certain day of the week. You know how much you getting. You able to budget. You got a nice little security safety net right there, right? I know. Shit, you out there on your own, it ain't coming like that. You probably getting a different amount every week. If you get anything, you have your good days, your bad days. Some days you be boiling, some days you bumming and asking for help. Like, it's a roller coaster, baby. So, yeah, if you scared, you got every right to be. Yeah. But don't let that stop you. Oh, my Lord, do not let that stop you and be the reason why you do not step out and do it. Yeah. When I tell you the freedom, just being your own boss, right? I know. Just those two alone. Just those two alone. And then doing something that you love to do, something that you passionate about. Oh my goodness. It's priceless. It's worth those days where you ain't got no money. It's worth those ups and downs that you struggle with. It's worth it to me. To me. Right? So, yeah. What they say, if you do what you love, it's not work or something. I don't know. It's a phrase that they use, right? But I'm just here to encourage you to do it. Yeah. When I decided to start working for myself and just rely on the cleaning company, just rely on the paint job, just to rely on the youth program, just rely on selling my books, just rely on the radio show. I know that's a lot, but all these things are things that I love to do. Yeah. All these things are things I love to do. So the struggle and the up and down and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Yep. A lot of the stress that I used to carry working a 9 to 5, all the hustle and bustle, listening to the man and do that, I have removed that. Right. So what I do have to tolerate and deal with, because I still got to listen to somebody. I still got to answer to somebody on a couple of these things. Right. Still got to do that. But it's tolerable. It's within reason. It's you know what I'm saying? It's not stress. It's not stress. So yeah, but that's me. I don't know what your situation, look like. And then another thing, you can't rely on your family and your friends to support what you got going on. And I know that sounds crazy, and I wish at some point we can change that narrative, right? I want us to stop saying or seeing our people jump on board after the fact, right? After you now got famous, after you become a household name, not everybody want to call you and reach out and find out if you need any help. We have to change that narrative, right? Because entrepreneurs like myself, we need your help on the ground level. We need your support when we first start out. We need you to push it. We need you to tell people. We need you to refer a friend. We need you to patronize what we do, right? And our services and whatnot. So yeah, that's needed. So we got to get to the point where we changing the narrative. But I'm telling you right now, it ain't changed yet. So if you relying on that and that alone, don't hold your breath. I'm saving you a lot of stress and anguish. And yeah, it might not happen. Now it might, depending on who you are and what you got going on. But just know it might not. I've heard a lot of stories of people who did not have that family support starting off, right? It didn't come until after they did all the hard work by themselves and became who they are, right? So, yeah, we got to work on it. We got some tweaks and we got things we got to do, right? But for the most part, don't let nothing stop you from doing it, right? Don't let nothing stop you from doing it. Think about what you're able to do, what you're capable of doing, and do it, right? Don't worry about nothing else. Yeah. Don't worry about nothing else. Just do you, right? Now, if you get out there and you do you and you fail. I know. It sucks. It sucks, right? But at least you tried. Yep, at least you tried. You will be surprised the different feeling that you have when you sit on the sideline and don't do it at all, don't even attempt, don't even try, versus you actually put your best foot forward. You tried, it didn't work. Oh well, right? You can cross them off the list. You can still cross it off the list. Yeah, because you tried it, right? But yeah, don't let that discourage you. And if it's a situation where you try and you failed, don't let that stop you from trying again. Might be a situation because you failed because of the lack of knowledge, right? Some things you didn't know, right? But now this time around, yeah, it's less likely that's going to happen because, yeah, you learned, you learned, you learned, yeah, where you fell short at, right? You know the mistake you made, right? So yeah, don't let that stop you. Yeah. Oh, my body is so sore. That's one thing I will tell you if you riding that bike. You will be sore. Yes. But I'm trying to tighten up everything. So it's expected. But baby, I'm about to get back on it. I just wanted to check in with y'all. It's Friday. Yep. Please subscribe to all my pages, please, right? Coffee and Conversation. Yeah, you can do a little binge watching. Watch all, because that's all you probably going to see on there is Coffee and Conversation, right? If you have a business that you have, you already started your business, come and promote with me on my radio show. Yep, I have a platform. We're on YouTube, Big O, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, I think. And we have our own app, Street Noise Radio, right? But you can actually come to our studio, talk about your business, and then after the show, I give you a link, and you can share it with all your family and friends and on your social media so they can see you on a radio show, right? So, yeah, support Motor City Radio page. Support Dysfunctional Family Not, and also get your own copy. You can get it from lulupublishing.com or you can get it from Amazon. Yep. So support that page. You'll see the clips that we were working on. We didn't get a chance to finish because the baby was pulled out and she didn't deal with me after that. But we had started filming, right? So I'm even still thinking about just using what I have and put together. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to watch. To see us being such a happy family and working together as a team and a unit, to know that we were torn apart, and I can't tell you not one thing that anybody could have done to cause it. Yeah, it's hurtful to even watch. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to do something else for the trailer, but you can still get your book, get your copy of the book. So, support that page. Support Hey Black Man. Yeah, that page right there, I pick a different brother every month to represent the page, kind of get a little more traction to the page. Ooh. And I put up positive quotes for our brothers. Yep. So please follow that page, right? Cleaning techs. Yep, I got a cleaning company, right? That was the family business to help generate generational wealth, right? So I'm still riding the vehicle. I'm just riding it alone, right? But I have videos of me cleaning the contracts that I clean. So you get a chance to see how long it might take you to clean a building. Because sometimes I start the video as soon as I get there, just to give you an idea of what you would probably do if you're inside of a building, if one of your contracts, if you happen to get one, right? How long it might take you, right? Certain things that you might want to look out for and certain things you might want to do. I even talk about how to start a business, if that's something that you're thinking about doing, right? So, yeah, follow that page, Cleaning Tech. And then, I think that's it. Sexy Shakenya. Yeah, that's just me. Sexy pictures, bikini. You can follow that page if you want to, right? But, y'all, that's it for Coffee and Conversation with your girl. I got a lot going on today, right? Ooh. Make sure y'all get y'all shirt. I'm going to tag them. Liquid drops. I know. I feel good today. Hey, Grace. Good morning, beautiful. How are you? Thanks for checking in with your girl. And I'm out. Mwah.